Welcome to another awesome video and class breakdown, guys. Today we're looking at the Arcane Archer from patch 8 in Baldur's Gate 3. Let's get to it. Next up is the Arcane Archer Fighter subclass. Let's get it. Okay, starting off, if you don't pick the archery fighting style here, I don't even know why you're playing this game, let's be honest. Now, with this subclass, it is a little different than a standard fighter build. You want to put a lot more into intelligence, because intelligence will be your basis for all your spells, save DCs, spell to attack hits, you know, that kind of thing. It is similar to the Eldritch Knight build, so that's kind of an important note at least, compared to a standard fighter build, which might be based off of strength and dexterity only. Strength might be your dump stat, weirdly enough. Alright, the fighter specialization doesn't happen until level 3, so level 2 is a normal fighter level. Health increase, and the action surge, where you can immediately gain an action to use on your turn. This makes a level 2 dip into fighter just a really good option for about every class, mainly because action surge is such a powerful ability you get early on. Now, level 3, where we get our specialization. Specialization? I don't know what I just said, but hey, it's our subclass. Health increases, of course, and we get into our Arcane Archer as our subclass. So immediately you get skill proficiency in Arcana and Nature, and you get a feature called Arcane Arrow, a resource you can use for Arcane Shot. You get new cantrips and new spells. Because you're an Arcane Archer, you're capable of weaving magic into your attacks, giving the archery a supernatural quality, and your foes something to fear. Now, Arcane Shot. You infuse arcane magic into your next shot, turning it into a potent threat to your enemies. It's almost like an archer version of Battlemaster, with additional effects, but they're magical. Cool. So Banishing Arrow. Use abjuration magic to potentially banish your target to the Feywild for 2 turns. On a miss, it does not consume your Arcane Arrow. That's super good. Beguiling Arrow. Use enchantment magic to deal an additional 2d6 psychic damage. The target must succeed a saving throw or become charmed for 2 turns. Bursting Arrow. Use evocation magic to make your arrow explode on impact and deal an additional 2d6 force damage, so targets within 10 feet. That is very nice AoE. Enfeebling Arrow. Use necromantic magic to deal an additional 2d6 necrotic damage. Target must succeed a saving throw or become feeble. Grasping Arrow. Deal an additional 2d6 poison damage. Affected entity's movement speed is reduced by 3, and it will take 2d6 slashing damage when it moves. That's a super weird, very specific reduced by 3 movement. I don't know, that's weird. Seeking Arrow. Use divination magic to make your arrow seek a target. The arrow deals an additional 1d6 and possibly applies fairy fire. This arrow always hits its target. That's super good. It's like a mini magic missile, but infused with fairy fire to give you advantage. Super good. All right, Piercing Arrow. Use transmutation magic to attack all those in the line of your shot. Each target must succeed a saving throw or be dealt an additional 1d6 piercing damage. Goes through all of them. That's super good. Shadow Arrow. Use illusion magic to deal an additional 2d6 psychic damage. Target must succeed a saving throw or become blinded for 2 turns. All these arrows are really good. And as long as you don't miss, with the exception of the one that hits all the time, if you don't miss, you don't use the Arcane Arrow. So that's nice. Ooh, and Piercing Arrow. So that one you will lose the arrow, technically, if you miss. Alright, Lae'zel, my favorite meat shield. Let's see what these arrows do. Bursting Arrow. Explodes out, so it hits anybody in 10 feet. Very nice. Beguiling Arrow. She would become charmed if she wasn't dead. Seeking Arrow. Lae'zel disapproves. Alright, at level 4, basic fighter things here. You get new feats and a nice health bump. Level 5, you get extra attack, which means you could probably use your arcane shot twice in one attack action in one turn, which is a nice setup for fairy fire, and then just hit him in the back with something else. All right, level 6. Unlike other classes, fighters actually get feats on 2 levels, on even levels. I can't read or do anything here. Words. But they get new feats, yay! Alright, level 7, health increased. You get additional uses of Arcane Arrow, and you get some extra magic arrows. So all of your range attacks are considered magical to overcome resistance. And Curving Shot. When you miss with any magical ranged attack, use a bonus action to attack the next closest target with the same attack. And I wonder if that means ranged magic attacks like cantrips too. And a new spell. And you get to choose an additional usage of Arcane Shot. And then you'll get another choice at level 10, so sneak peek. All right, it looks like we have 7 total uses of Arcane Arrows, which is pretty amazing. Let's check out Banishing Shot. And poof, there she goes. She's gone in her magic, baby. Where'd you go? Nobody knows. Ta-da!
I'd thought you insufferable.
All right, level 8 is a standard fighter level, but hey, like fighters, you get new feat picks every Tuesday or 2 levels, same thing, 2 times Tuesday, hoo-ha. Health increased, level 9. Big health increase. Same as normal, actually. And then Indomitable, a great feature that fighters get. It's a cool feature where you get to re-roll saving throws if you fail. Well, once. All right, level 10. This is kind of where the Arcane Archer does fizzle out, or finish out at least. Health increased, another usage of Arcane Arrow, and a new spell. So you get a new Arcane Shot usage here. So it does look like there will be 3 uses that are not going to be used. So do keep, choose wisely based off what your build is. At level 11, we get improved extra attacks, so we get a 3rd attack in our attack action in 1 turn, which is awesome. And then also every level, actually, you can replace arcane shots. So that's something if you don't, if there's something that you don't really like using or don't use that often, you can pop it out. The only downside of the arcane shots, they don't increase with you, like with damage. They don't scale like cantrips, for example. So, and then level 12, last of your feat picks, and then health increased. If you haven't already, make sure your intelligence is at 20. So those arcane shots can do a lot more. The DC is better on them. And then I'd recommend either sharpshooter possibly with this one, or even a multi-class. All right, last arrow here, Shadow Arrow. Oh. I regret nothing, Lazo. All right, my final thoughts of the Arcane Archer. I think there's a great class to dip into. I don't think by itself it has the standalone like functionality, with the exception of maybe hand crossbows. Actually, if that works, and you could double every attack, bonus action attacks with your Arcane Shot, that would be kind of cool. And then Curving Shot though was actually really good with hand crossbows. So, interesting. I think a Thief Road Arcane Archer build would be nasty, actually. It would destroy so many things. You could probably solo at that point. 5 Rogue, extra damage from sneak attack. You get cunning actions, double bonus actions. With 2 bonus actions, you might be able to use Curving Shot twice. So yeah, there's some options for that. Standalone class though, there are better fighter subclasses overall, but it's very unique. So if you really want to go with something in the distance and surprise people in any way, very good usage is Arcane Archer. Like the monk using key points, you do get 10 usages of this per short rest, which is pretty nice actually. Or you can build this with the monk. That'd be kind of nice actually. I think it's a situational build, but I think it's a fun archer build. So definitely you should try it out. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video here. Check out these videos for additional subclasses and a whole playlist that has all the subclasses from patch 8. If you have any questions, just throw them in the comments, and I'm happy to answer them. Have a wonderful day. Bye.